Everyone, it's Epic, and this is another battle video. This one is of Mobimon TCG, which is a really promising homemade trading card game in the community right now. And basically, the gameplay is there's 3 zones, a leader zone and 2 wing zones, and your opponent, if your opponent has no cards in their leader zone, you can attack them directly at one of their 5 basically prize cards like in Pokemon. And once all their cards from their face down power gone, you win. And the deck I'm using is a very bad combo deck. It's based around this card called Homunculusmon, which whenever your opponent kills that card, the turn ends. So it's kind of nice. It stops some direct combat damage. And Seth is using a Spiritmon deck, which is I think it's the first starter deck. He plays Overgrowthmon, which when played you can create basically 2 tokens of that card, which is really powerful. I played Bite Miner, so every turn I get an extra gigabyte. Gigabytes are the resources you need to play the cards, and I play Zormon, which is a card I designed. If your opponent has 2 or more Mobimon in play, you can delete one of them, and then so I can attack his data files directly for 2, which is a really awesome first turn. So he may have got a lot of cards out on his first turn, but I was able to utilize Zormon, which honestly I'm surprised it's not limited to like 2 copies per deck because it is pretty powerful. The only card that can really stop it is Organmon, which is not affected by card abilities, so yeah. He plays a Flame Spiritmon, which is a pretty good play. It basically gains power based on how many Spiritmon you have. I also play a Digital Void, which is super powerful. I can target one card when my opponent plays it, and that card and all copies of that card in your opponent's deck are deleted, which is crazy. So yeah, he was not too happy about that, and that was a good play on my part too. If you guys are interested in playing this game, I'll leave a link in the description to the Discord server. It's an awesome little community, and I can't wait for more cards in Set 3 to be added because there's a lot of different strategies in the meta right now. Okay, so this is the main combo of my deck. It's the Prisonermon summon. Basically, when he's killed, I can summon a 0-cost card from my hand for free. Well, even though it's already free, but on my turn. So I can basically cancel like an attack essentially because I have another card in my hand, so he can't attack my data files when my leader dies. I play a Magnet card, which basically says my opponent has to attack Zormon and not my data files first. So normally, like if I didn't have a card in my leader zone, they could attack my data files directly, but I have Magnet card out there, so all the attacks are kind of drawn to Zormon, who only has 500 power. So boom, Zormon takes the hit, and I take 2 more damage. My data files are down to 3. I draw Messengermon, which is a really good card because when played, I can draw a card, which is powerful. I think there's slightly better versions out there in the meta right now, but this is more of an older video, so I didn't really have the best meta at the time. I play another Zormon, again, just a staple card, and attack Seth's data files for 2. I do believe he is down to 2 cards left in his data files, and I have 3 left. So it's not looking good for Seth's Spiritmon deck, but he does have a few tricks up his sleeve. As you can see, I'm thinking about playing another Digital Void right there. He plays a Update in Progress, which is a broken draw support card. It's a 0-cost, draw 2 cards and discard 1, which is very powerful. It's so easy to get the cards you want in this game because there's like all the draw power is it's all access to you. It's not really hard draw power like in Perpetual Cosmos where you have to get specific cards to even draw like 1 or 2 cards. And he plays a Velocimon, and thank goodness I had a Digital Void because Velocimon can actually attack my data files twice, which is extremely powerful. It's limited to 1 copy per deck because it is such a broken card. Like when Mobimon first came out, yellow was absolutely broken. It had Velocimon, Recoverymon, and so many other good ones. That this one light card, which searched any card in the game, which Seth quickly fixed. But oh my goodness, it was so funny. But yeah, he attacks me directly. I now have 2 cards left in my data files, and he has 2 cards left in his data files. I play Recoverymon, which returns a software, which are basically like the spell cards from my discard pile to my hand. and he plays his own version of, or his own digital void, so he cancels Recovery Mon, sadly. So I don't get that software. I play this chip card, which basically just gives me an extra card in my leader, but I don't have a card to play. And anyways, and I have 2 0-cost creatures in my hand, but I can only play them with Prisoner Mon. So, you can see there's some flaws in this deck, and Seth does the final 2 attacks and wins the game, which this was a really awesome battle. Seth did a really good job, and I'm really liking the Spirit Mons. I think if Seth maybe adds a few more cards to them, they'll be really good in the future. But yeah, that was this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next TCG video. Bye.